Good morning and welcome to the New England B2B Video Networking Show. My name is Kevin Willett. I am the CEO of the New England B2B Networking Group. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can send me an email to kevin@newenglandb2bnetworking.com. On the show, we interview entrepreneurs, help them spread the word about their business. And this morning, I got my friend Jerry with us. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing today?
I'm great, Kevin. Great. Thanks for having me.
So, Jerry, you're an AdviCoach, correct?
I am. Yes, that's it.
So tell me a little bit about your background, who you are, and how you got here, man.
Yeah, Kevin. Well, my background is kind of varied. I started out my career as an accountant, actually, and worked for a Fortune 500 company for about 7 years. And I like to say that I'm a reformed accountant because honestly, I got kind of bored with it. I was with a company that allowed me to shift careers and got into, believe it or not, international sales. Traveled for a couple of years throughout Latin America, selling to distributors there. Was promoted to manager of marketing. Still did a lot of distributor work around the world, as well as work with engineers doing our product development and so on. I later moved into a different company as vice president of sales, and after 6 or 7 years was promoted to executive vice president, which was basically the COO of that company. And so, you know, my career has been blessed, really. I can't tell you how lucky I've been to have been exposed to just about every aspect of business in my leadership role as executive vice president. I got very involved with operations and lean manufacturing and so on. So my work today, Kevin, is really about helping small businesses to succeed, help business owners basically to get some time back for themselves, to make more money, hopefully help them build a team that that runs the business the way that they would like it run. My purpose is really to help small business people to build a business that serves their life rather than spending their life in service to their business. And it's just that's a little phrase that kind of drives me, and it really defines what I do.
Jerry, I think, like you said, listening to your background, that really makes you a great coach because you have both the finance and the operational side. So, like you said, any type of challenges that are coming up, you kind of been there, done that by the sound of it, Jerry. Can we talk a little bit about some of the common issues and some of the common types of clients that you work with?
Yeah, Kevin, the clients really are quite varied. They range from, very, very tiny businesses to a little bit larger, sort of medium-sized businesses. And there's really no particular emphasis or industry for me. Business is business. But what I find is that the commonalities do bring up the challenges that I work with those owners. And really for smaller, sort of early stage businesses, it tends to be marketing and sales. Everybody wants to make more money, have more volume, and so on. And so marketing and sales are a real common theme that we work on all the time. But along with that is really managing the cash, making sure that there is cash, that we don't run out of it before the company starts to be profitable. And it's very important in those early stage businesses to build the systems that do that. Once you get a little bit bigger, it changes a little bit. And I think one of the fascinating things is the challenge as the company grows is that the owner, who typically is the technician in the business, starts to become the bottleneck in their own business. They can't let go. Everything's got to pass through them. And, in a lot of cases, they really just can't grow beyond where they already are. So we start to work on building a team, look at how do we hire, how do we train people, how do we get the right people on the bus, as they say. And really, how do we motivate and manage those people to be top performers so that they can perform the work of the business just the way the owner would do it. Once the business grows even further, we get into standardizing some of the systems that make it more consistent and make it work. A lot of times it might be involved in paying off debt or incentivizing employees or in other ways rewarding the owner themselves to do what they do. Sometimes we get into expansion strategies. I just recently helped a client to move into a new location, went through the purchase of a different building, and really worked with them to do this seamlessly so it wasn't too much of a disruption to the core business. And in the latter stages, it's really about ensuring or even building the value in the business. So, we talk about working on income, lifestyle, wealth, and equity for our business owners. That equity piece is the one that sometimes gets lost in the shuffle. And so we want to make sure that, when the owner is ready to exit the business, that the value that they've built is something that can serve the rest of their life, just like the business served their life during their ownership.
It's very interesting the points you bring up, Jerry, because you see that a lot with business owners. Like you said, you're really good at being a plumber or whatever it may be, but then all of a sudden you become successful and you have a number of plumbers working for you. And like you said, and the whole letting go and saying, you know what, I hired a really great plumber. I can let Jerry go out on that job. I don't need to be there with him. But a lot of us struggle with that because it's our baby. We want to make sure that Jerry doesn't, Jerry's as good as I am. Jerry treats the clients the way I would treat them. And like I said, that's where you come in and you help them pick the right people to be on that bus, right?
Yeah, really true. And it's really one of the biggest hurdles I find that business owners face. That one of letting go is really tough because why should you? That's what got you successful to this point. And now, in order to go further, you have to let go of that security blanket that you've had and move in a different direction.
So, Jerry, can you work with people across the country?
Yes, I have, Kevin. For the most part, my clients have been local, but I've worked with people all across the country, actually New Jersey, Florida, Minnesota, and other locations. It's really just a matter of being open and honest. And, we're really blessed to have great tools like this, to help us today. So it's really not too tough.
So, Jerry, how do people reach out to you? How do they get in touch?
The best way is simply to go to jbaltus@advicoach.com, a simple email address to remember. My website is baltusgroup.advicoach.com, and so people can find me there very easily as well. And, that's probably the best way to get started.
Great, Jerry. Really appreciate you taking the time of the day to come on the show.
Hey, Kevin, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for meeting with me this morning.
Thank you.